We all know that Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown are two of the NBA's best players right now. A couple years ago, though, some questioned whether long-term they would mesh well together. Some even wondered whether there was too much duplication between the two of them. But not only do they appear to have great chemistry, the thing that a lot of people may not realize is that they're very different players with different strengths. And I actually think that helps them and the Celtics thrive. Let's analyze their key differences. First off, Brown is much better at driving to the basket and finishing than Tatum. Just some simple stats so far this season. Brown has taken 101 shots on drives and has made 57.4% of them, while Tatum has taken 95 shots on drives and made 46.3% of them. What many may not realize about Brown is how quick of a first step he has off the dribble. In fact, he ranks number 1 in the NBA right now in made shots on drives after blowing by a defender. He's terrific at attacking closeouts. So many times the defender falls for his pump fakes and he just zips by them or uses his balance and body control to fend off pesky defenders. Both Brown and Tatum have very high blow-by percentage rates. In fact, they're the only two players in the league who have blow-by rates above 40% among those who have taken at least 75 shots on drives, and that's according to Second Spectrum tracking data. Tatum, meanwhile, is far better moving without the ball. He's one of the best forwards at scoring when he receives a pass in the paint. That can be off a cut, a post-up, or in transition. Here's a staggering stat. Tatum has taken 27 shots off paint touches. He's made 23 of them. That's 85.2%. Only Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bol have better shooting percentages off paint touches among those with at least 25 attempts. Brown has taken 16 shots off paint touches and has made 10 of them. That's just not a big part of his game. What is a big part of his game, though, is scoring in transition. The only two players right now with more transition points than Brown are Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Brown so far has 113 transition points. Tatum, he's got a lot too, though, with 88. Tatum is better catching and shooting. Right now he's shooting 41.2% on catch and shoot threes, while Brown is at 36.8%. Many of Tatum's makes come contested, so he's very comfortable shooting with a hand in his face. Brown, meanwhile, is a very good pull-up jump shooter. Now, Boston, however, does not take many of them. In fact, they're averaging the second fewest pull-up jumpers in the league. Brown, in general, has always been more consistent from the mid-range than Tatum. Mid-range shooting, you could argue, is actually one of Tatum's flaws. He just never had a great percentage anywhere between 10 and 19 feet out. But again, Boston takes very few mid-range shots. Now, what separates Tatum from Brown from a scoring standpoint is that Tatum does a much better job initiating contact. He's averaging a career-best 8.8 free throw attempts per contest. Brown, meanwhile, is averaging 4.8 foul shots per game. I'd say both are underrated playmakers at this point. One of the best ways to assess playmaking in today's era is how a player reads the defense when they attack the paint. And both have excelled, which is one of the reasons the Celtics have the NBA's best offense. The one thing I noticed with Tatum is that when he gets a rebound or he's responsible for handling the ball up the court, he's quick to identify a potential mismatch, where he'll dish to a teammate who has a clear advantage against a weaker defender. He also makes great pass-aheads, and that leads to a lot of points for the Celtics in transition. It's going a bit under the radar because of their record, but the Celtics just haven't been nearly as stifling defensively as they were last season. Their offense is what's carrying them, but we know both Tatum and Brown are excellent defenders. Strange about Boston is that they rank last in the league in total deflections. Even last year, when they were the league's best defensive team, they ranked 27th in that category. They do excel in other defensive areas, though, such as not giving up a lot of points off turnovers or fast break points. So that'll wrap up this video. If you're interested in this kind of content, please subscribe. I'll continue to do player analysis features throughout the season.